Good morning class and welcome back to the social science class. Children, today I'll start with a very important chapter for your future classes. That chapter is about the colonial rule. That is, what do you mean by colonial rule? We mean that is the British rule. Okay, the colonial rule is the British rule. And you should know that this rule has been started by the Britishers who were the traders. They have come to India for trade. These Britishers are there. They have come through sea route and they have come for trade. They wanted to buy Indian silk, that is called as muslin, the spices of India, the cotton of India is very much in demand all over the world. And these Britishers wanted to buy these products because these products are very much in demand in the foreign countries. So they have came to India, they have sailed to India, and they have came first to India from Calcutta. Okay, they have sailed India and they have came India through the port of Calcutta. Okay, Calcutta was a very small village. It was not such a big city. But slowly and slowly, these traders, they have came to India and they have started trading in India. And these trading slowly and slowly converted into a rule. So how does the Britishers, who were just traders, there was a company known as the British East India Company. Please children understand that this British East India Company is just a trading company of Britain. And this trading company have came to India for trade. But these people have seen that in India, the Indian rulers were not at all friendly with each other. They wanted to suppress each other. That is why they were always in a rival, or they was always in a fighting mode. That is why they adopted a policy of divide and rule, and they divided India and started ruling over India. The Britishers ruled over India for about 200 years, 2 centuries. 200 years they have ruled India and they have destroyed India to a great extent. It was being said that the India was to be called as the golden bird. Why it is called as the golden bird? Because it is a very prosperous, full of wealth, gold, silver, precious stones, etc. The people are also very prosperous. The farmers are also producing very well. The kings, etc. are also looking after the people very good. But the main problem with the rulers are that they wanted to have a fight with each other. There is no unity among these people. So these Britishers took advantage of this and they started ruling over India. So this is the main theme of the chapter all about for today. So I'll start with the British rule or the colonial rule in India. Okay. Okay. Yes, children. This is the chapter all about. Okay. Okay. The British rule. You know, India won independence in 1947. Yes, we all know that India won independence in 1947. But why we are gaining independence in 1947? Because India was under the British rule for a very long time. Okay, that is, when did they came to India? Who came to India? The Britishers came to India. Can you see the route over there? Okay, can you see this arrow, black arrow? This Europe country is there. Can you see the Europe? Yes, the people or the Britishers sailed from Europe. They gone for whole of Africa, and from Africa they came to India. Okay, so this is the route of Vasco da Gama. Okay, this is the route of Vasco da Gama. So this is the means that the Britishers came to India as traders, but they slowly they became rulers. Okay, they have came as traders, but they have became the rulers. Okay, now the Dutch also came. It is not the European country or the Europe or the Britishers who have came to India, or they were only those foreigners who are interested to trade in India. But there are various other foreign rulers, like foreign countries, like the Dutch, the you can say the French people. They also wanted to have a trade relations with India. Okay. Now, establishment of foreign rule in India. Okay, why did the Britishers or foreign rule established in India? Okay, now look at the picture of Vasco da Gama. Everybody have seen this also, that this is Vasco da Gama. He was a Portuguese, an explorer who wanted to discover new sea routes to India, and he reached Calicut in 1498. These Portuguese were the first Europeans who came to India. Okay, so these Portuguese were the first who have came to India before Britishers. The Portuguese were the first people who came to India. Okay, and start trading with that is, the Portuguese were the first traders who came to India, and they have started trading in India. They built a trading centers at Calicut, Cochin, and Kannauр. Their main items of trade were spices, silk, and gold. What they wanted to trade? These Portuguese people wanted to trade in spices, because India has very good spices, and these are all foreign people are meat eaters, and meat you require a lot of spices to give more flavor. Silk, very good quality of silk is being made in India, and gold, very good quality of gold is being found in India. So these foreign traders wanted to trade in India by these three or more of these items of India. Okay, so what is the use of spices? Spices were used to preserve food and to make it tasty too. Okay, and there were no refrigerators in those days. So these spices are very useful, and very good quality of spices are found in India. Okay, now these are the coming of the French and the British. There are many foreign rulers who wanted to trade to India. They were the Britishers, the French, the you can say the Portuguese, etc. So there are many traders, foreign traders, who wanted to trade to India. The British formed a trading company. Okay, in England, the Britishers formed a trading company known as the British East India Company. What is the name given? The name given was it was only a trading company. It is not a ruling company. It is just a trading company, and the trading company name is the British East India Company. Understood, children? Britishers have formed a company. These are the traders, and these traders are coming to India, and they form a company known as the British East India Company. Understood this thing? Now next is, okay, this company got permission from the Mughal emperors Jahangir to set up their trading centers at Bombay, Mumbai, and Madras, Chennai. So these people have came to India, because who were ruling India over that time? Those time, the people who were ruling were the Mughals. Okay, the Mughals are the rulers who were ruling over India, and Jahangir was the ruler or the emperor of whole of India. So these traders, these foreign company, these British foreign company, they have came to India and they have taken the permission that can we trade to India. So they have said yes, because the foreign companies are giving a lot of wealth and trading is also very important for Indian progress also. So they were allowed to trade to India. Now, the French set up the French East India Company and they established their ordinary blocks at Chandranagar in Bengal and Pondicherry near Chennai. So these are the various port centers, because these foreign companies are coming from the sea route, so they have all have the port centers as their headquarters. Why they wanted to have headquarters? Because they wanted to establish a company, they wanted to have a trade. So they have chosen the port centers. Why the port centers? Because the port is the place where their ships can come with the load of the things they wanted to take and give. Okay. There were battles between the French and the British. Why there is a battle? Now the children will ask, ma'am, why there is a battle? Everybody can trade. The Britishers wanted to trade, the French wanted to trade, the Portuguese wanted to trade to India. But there were battle between the French and the Britishers. Why? Because both of them wanted to trade to India. And they wanted only them, means only they were to be there for trading. They don't want any other foreign trading company. Understood? The Britishers are wanting that they will only trade. The French and the Portuguese should not trade. Understood? And the French people wanted that the British should go. There will be only French company to be trading. The Portuguese are wanting that they will only stay and the Britishers and other people should go. So there is a fierce battle. There is a fight between the British and the French, okay, for trading. Why they were fighting? They were fighting for trading. The British finally succeeded in defeating the French and allowed the French to keep only Pondicherry. So there is a fierce battle between the French and the Britishers, and who won the battle? The Britishers won the battle. And they allowed only that you can only trade in Pondicherry. Rest of the area they will trade. Rest of the area the Britishers will trade. Okay, and now this is the starting of the British East India Company. Now the starting of the British rule in India. Okay, now they have won the battle from the French also and the Portuguese also. So they were only left, these were the only people left for trading in India. Now they were the masters. Okay, now nobody else is interfering. They were only there. Okay. Now, the British were ambitious wanted to control over Bengal. Now they wanted to have control over Bengal. Why? Because the ruler of Bengal was interfering in the rules of the Britishers. They were trading company. Now these Britishers wanted to rule. So what happened? They established a factory in Bengal and started forming an army by the Nawab, means they started forming an army also. They started to form a fort also in Bengal. This was not being liked by the Nawab of Bengal. But you are a trading company. You are not come to rule. So if you're forming a fort, if you're forming an army, why you're wanting an army? Means your intentions are wrong. These intentions are being taken by the Nawab, okay, of Bengal. So what happened? The Nawab of Bengal, Sirajud-Daulah. Who was the Nawab of Bengal? Nawab of Bengal was Sirajud-Daulah. So Nawab of Bengal, Sirajud-Daulah, ordered the company to remove the army, and this led to Battle of Plassey. Means there was a fierce battle between the Britishers and the Nawab of Bengal, that is Sirajud-Daulah. Children, please remember these names. These are important names for your future chapter, for your 8th also, for your 10th also. This battle will continue, will be there, and means this chapter, very important chapter, is there for your future classes also. So there is a fierce battle between Nawab and Britishers, means Sirajud-Daulah and the Britishers. So what happened? The Britishers army won the battle. Who won the battle? The British army won the battle, because they have played a very bad game against Sirajud-Daulah. Okay. So what happened? Who won the battle? The Britishers won the battle. Okay, this was the beginning of the British rule in India. So Battle of Plassey, why there is importance of Battle of Plassey? The Battle of Plassey is the important link of British rule, or starting of the British rule in India. This was the beginning of the British rule in India. The Battle of Buxar took place in 1764. There were two battles. One is Battle of Plassey in 1757 and Battle of Buxar 1764. So these two battles are fought, and this have made stronger. They have made Britishers stronger, that they can rule over India. The victory in the battle made the British East India Company the ruler of Bengal. So this battle, these two battles, the Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar, made the British more powerful and more, you can say, they have become more concrete to rule over India, or you can say to rule over Bengal at that time. Understood? So thereafter they did not look back. Thereafter the Britishers did not look back. They wanted to capture more and more power, because their power has been increased, their confidence has been increased. Why their confidence has been increased? Now they were masters of Bengal. And why there is importance of Bengal? Because Bengal is a very fertile area. It has large amount of cultivation of crops, cotton and other things also. So all the people are very prosperous. Even the Nawab is also so prosperous, and they wanted to gain more and more wealth. The Britishers trade India, you can say the British East India Company wanted to gain more wealth. Okay, the British wanted to gain more wealth. Okay, so from 1764 to 1857, please see the time. The British East India Company, children, please remember, this is not the government rule. It is not a British government rule. It is the East India Company, a trading company, like Reliance or Tata, etc. It is not the Indian government. It is not the British government who is ruling over India. It is just the British East India Company, a trading company. Okay. So they were able to conquer all parts of India. Maximum parts of India have been captured by a trading company in India. Understood? They fought battles and defeat the Indian rulers one by one. Okay, they were able to capture a large amount of territory. They were able to capture a large amount of India by various tactics. Okay, they use the tactics of war and many other mischievous things. Okay, they were the trading company who have now become a ruling company. Okay, they have now become a ruling company. Okay, now the first important means of capturing India. The first means of capturing India is war. Okay, the first means of capturing India means a particular, if you want to rule, you have to have a war. Okay, so British East India Company is having war with various rulers of India. Okay, the next important thing they have adopted for ruling over India is subsidiary alliance. Now children, please understand what is subsidiary alliance. Okay, now they adopted the policy that they brought the Indian rulers under their control. Now children, we will study about what is subsidiary alliance. Okay, now what is subsidiary alliance? Lord Wellesley also introduced the subsidiary alliance. Okay, now what is the subsidiary alliance? Now, okay, now we'll read about subsidiary alliance. Okay, okay, first we'll read about the starting. We have done with this. We'll read about subsidiary alliance. Okay, now the starting of British rule in India we have already done. Now we will start about the subsidiary alliance. Now what is subsidiary alliance? Under this, the rulers will keep, means under this alliance, if an Indian rulers accepted certain conditions, the British East India Company would protect them from outsiders attack and internal revolts. Now first condition about a subsidiary alliance is, first, suppose one Indian ruler is there, suppose one Indian king is there. So you have to sign a subsidiary alliance with the Britishers. You have to sign a treaty with the Britishers. Okay. So what is the first condition of the treaty? The first condition of the treaty is that you cannot keep your army. Means that king cannot keep the army of its own. You have to keep the army of the Britishers. So who is controlling that particular area? Obviously the Britishers. Understood? Suppose a king is there. That king is not allowed to keep his own army. Okay? The king will allow the British army to be kept in a place. Okay? They will protect him. That army will protect the rulers from any other foreign attack. Foreign means any other king will attack that king. And internal revolts means any of the people who are fighting inside that particular kingdom. So that area will be protected by the British army. Means that king is under the British rule. Okay. Now the first condition is the rulers will keep the troop of British army and pay for them. You are not allowed to have your army of your own. You are not allowed to have army of your own. You are only having the army of the Britishers. One thing. The second thing, he would not enter into the alliance with any other. What is an alliance? Friendship. What is an alliance? Friendship. He will not enter with any alliance with the other without the permission of the Britishers. Means a particular Indian rulers cannot have any friendship with any other rulers of India. If you want to have a friendship, you have to take the permission of the Britishers. Means you will not have any friendship with any other king of India without the permission of the Britisher. Okay. Many rulers accepted this, but later on they realized their mistake and wanted to get rid of Britishers. Okay. Many of the Indian rulers realized, first they said, okay, fine. Means we cannot have our own army, because they know that the Britishers are very superior to them. They have guns and ammunitions. They have horses, etc. They have the good means of communication like postal, telegraph. They have good means of transportation like railways, etc. So the Britishers are much more forward with the, or you can say much more advanced as compared to the Indian rulers. So first, all the Indian rulers accepted and signed the subsidiary alliance. But next or after sometimes they realized their mistake and they wanted to get rid of. Get rid of means that they do not want to stay under the British rule. So they wanted to get rid of the British rule. This was subsidiary alliance. Okay, I'll repeat what is subsidiary alliance. Subsidiary alliance means that a king has to sign a treaty. The king or the Indian rulers have to sign that they will not allow to have their own army. Which army will help or look after that kingdom? The British army will help and look after the kingdom. Okay, this was first being liked by the Indian rulers, but there were big mischief. What was the mischief? That the British rulers or the British army is controlling that kingdom, and then the next important point, they are not allowed to have any friendship with any other rulers of India, any other king of India. If they wanted to have a friendship, they will have to take the permission of the Britishers. Understood? This was the two important concepts about the subsidiary alliance. The rulers were liking this subsidiary alliance, liking this treaty in the initial stages. But afterwards, they realized that this was not a good treaty, it was not a good friendship deal. So many of the rulers have wanted to get rid of this subsidiary alliance. Okay, children. So this is the class all about. I'll repeat once again about the introduction of the chapter. That is the British rule, the colonial rule. The colonial rule was started by the Britishers. These Britishers came to India for trade. Okay, these Britishers came to India for trade. But they, after some, you can say, these are the various other trading companies or various other countries also wanted to have trade with India. So these traders, they were fighting with each other to have full control over India. So there was a trading company known as the British East India Company. So this British East India Company, they came to India. They have a fight between the French East India Company also. So who have won the battle? The Britishers have won the battle. And this battle, they were trading and they have established their headquarters in Bengal. Okay, so the Nawab of Bengal was not happy with the British people because the Britishers are building a fort and having an army. So there was a battle between the Nawab of Bengal, that is Sirajuddaula, and the Britisher. That battle is known as Battle of Plassey. The Battle of Plassey was fought in 1757. Okay, this Battle of Plassey was fought in 1757. Another Battle of Buxar was fought in 1764. So these two battles have made the Britishers much more stronger in Bengal. So the Britishers have a lot of confidence now. Now they wanted to control the whole of India. Now they have gained more confidence, and this trading company wanted to become a ruling company. Okay, this trading company wanted to become a ruling company. So they have started using various tactics to rule over India. The first tactic was subsidiary alliance started by Lord Wellesley. Okay, what was it? The first condition means the Indian rulers have to sign a treaty, and under these treaty, the two conditions the Indian rulers should follow. The first is that it cannot have the army of its own. They have to keep the army of the Britisher. This is the first condition. And what is the second condition? That these rulers will not have any friendship or war with any other Indian rulers. If they wanted to have it, they have to take a permission of the Britishers. First, this subsidiary alliance was liked by various other rulers, but later on they wanted to get rid of the Britishers. So children, this is for today class. Tomorrow we will start with doctrine of lapse. Okay. A reminder, please give your attendance, write down your name, class and section for the attendance. Okay children, take care. Bye for now and stay safe.